Slayer.
Hello everyone again, this is your boy Aaron or QuinntonTV, and here we are again with a brand new Halo video on the channel. Today we'll be starting what I hope to be a very long running series up until Halo Infinite comes out on this channel, which is where I'll be taking a look at the top rumours and theories as well as speculation surrounding Halo Infinite. I'll probably expand this to include some official information on Halo Infinite if another director does not want to do it, or something along those lines. But quickly before I begin, the gameplay you're seeing is some Halo Reach Slayer DMRs on the map Uncaged. I thought this gameplay was actually pretty good because, so I decided to use it on this channel instead of my main channel, but basically there's a nice shotgun spree, some good kills with the DMR. And yeah, that's why I chose the gameplay, because I'm not exactly enjoying Halo 5 at the moment, and that was the game you guys said on Twitter with the official Halo Zone poll that you guys wanted to see. But you know, yeah, you're just seeing some Halo Reach gameplay because it's one of my favorite Halos. So yeah, basically in this series I'll be covering 3 to 4 points which could range from rumors, leaks, speculation, and much more. So we'll be covering more like official news, so like stuff people said, rumors that are going about the community, and so much more. But now, without further ado, let's get straight into this. So another thing that gets me quite excited is the fact that we have a new hardware, and then we have new engines. Well, the possibility of new hardware, I should say. So we know that Halo Infinite, will be running on the Slipspace engine, which is a modified form of the engine used on the original Halo trilogy. But according to IGN, at E3 this year, Xbox will be unveiling a brand new console, which makes me extremely excited. As you guys know, I'm a predominantly Xbox player. Xbox and PC are my two main ones. I play a lot of Payday 2 on PC. I play a lot, mostly Halo and Call of Duty on Xbox One. So actually last E3 we were kind of hinted at this new Xbox. It's called Project Scarlet, well, the code name. If we do see this new console, it have drastic effects on Halo Infinite's release date, as well as whether or not I decide to get an Xbox One X. My actual Xbox, the original one, is looking a bit old and it's showing its age basically, and I would like to see that 4K gaming. Oh, that just sounds so good. But yeah, the new console is said by IGN not to be released until 2020, which is obviously next year. But I'm sure most of us Halo fans would like to see it sooner, because these two new consoles would probably have Halo on it. So one of the consoles is codenamed Lockhart, which is a less powerful system, which is allegedly only digital. Obviously, not a fan of digital. I like having a physical game. Call me old-fashioned. And Anaconda, which will be a more powerful and feature a disk drive, so that's a lifesaver for me basically. But because call me old-fashioned, but I like to go out and buy games, midnight releases. That is all really fun. I've never actually been to a midnight release, but I think me and a few mates are gonna go to the Halo Infinite one. Yeah, I like to go out, buy my game, come home, put the disc in my console, and wait for it to download. That is just such a cool feeling, getting ready to play a new game. So yeah, most likely I'll be getting Anaconda. This is, as I said, will affect Halo Infinite, as the game will be the first Halo to launch on the next generation of consoles, as well as the current generation. I'll get to that in a little bit. The combination of more powerful hardware as well as a new engine will help produce the gorgeous graphics we saw in the E3 2018 trailer. But I am a little concerned about the Xbox One too, which is a good thing and a bad thing, because people who can't afford the new consoles can just stay on their Xbox One and play the new games. But it's also going to dumb down the experience for people who have the money to buy a new console. But overall, I think it will be a positive thing for the community and encourage a wider player base, especially if 343 decide to put the game onto PC, which we know they will do, because they have put Master Chief Collection onto PC. Well, they're going to anyway, and I am super excited about that. There was actually a video last week, I'm guessing, when you're seeing this video. But yeah, last week, Halo Zone also loaded a video on it. It was kind of the interview. I don't think anyone's made a video talking about their own opinions on it yet, which is interesting. I want to see who other directors and what content they make too, because I'm genuinely looking forward to uploading to this channel. But okay, let's move on to the next point. So in this section and the final section, we're going to be discussing the story and the created arc, which is the end of Halo 5, start of Halo Infinite. We're also going to be talking about the Reclaimer saga, which is Halo 4, 5, and Infinite. So in Halo 5, if you complete the game on Legendary, you get a shot of a Halo ring, which when activates in the final few seconds. This is where we're going to have to put on our tinfoil hat, so bear with me, lads. If the ring is Installation 07 or Zeta Halo, which has been heavily rumoured to be, this opens up a possible story arc involving the Flood, but we want this game to be simplistic in its plot. Too much going on would be bad for the game, as with Halo 5. You need to read about 6 books to understand Halo 5. Thank God I'm really good with Halo lore, so because I understood Halo 5 pretty well. A lot of people didn't, and that's unfortunate because it was a shit campaign. Don't get me wrong, it was awful. But yeah, you just need to understand that so we can get into Infinite. So yeah, basically, we need this simplistic plot, otherwise the game won't. The created arc must be finished in order to progress the story. The Reclaimer saga, which as I said is 4, 5, and Infinite, will be concluding, and we need to wrap up the story in a nice little bow before we can start the Flood story arc, which will be created in Halo 7, for example. In Halo Wars 2, Awakening the Nightmare, the Flood are on the Ark, which could be a precursor to Halo Infinite's reintroduction of the Flood. Basically, there was just a huge outbreak of the Flood on the... Sorry. Yeah, there's a huge outbreak of the Flood on the Ark, and basically, I'm not sure the main character in Halo Wars 2, I've actually never played that game, because I'm not a very big RTS dude. But yeah, there's a huge Flood outbreak, and the Brutes, or the Banished, are actually kind of taking care of it on the Ark. But if some of this were to find its way to Zeta Halo, that could actually be really cool, because there's so much lore. I have talked about this on my main channel if you want to go and check that out. The link to my main channel will be in the description below if you want to go and look at it. But yeah, at the end of Halo 5, Cortana found the Guardians and began to use them to enforce the laws of the created laws, on the biological species of the universe. The UNSC Infinity appears as a powerhouse in Halo 4 and 5, which is kind of a bad thing because it kind of makes us feel like, oh, Master Chief and his side are invincible. So in order to change that, I kind of think that the Infinity should be destroyed in Halo Infinite, and kind of makes everyone kind of feel a bit uneasy and that they might not win. I think Cortana should use a Guardian and destroy the Infinity in Halo Infinite, which would leave Chief, Spartan Locke, who, if he is in the game, his reception wasn't exactly the best. I think he was quite an interesting character, to be perfectly honest, so I would like to see him come back, as long as we don't have to play with him. I'd much rather play as Chief. But Palmer and Lasky, who everyone knows that we're going to kill off Palmer, hopefully anyway, Lasky are all stranded and hopeless. This would drastically improve storytelling, which is one of my favourite aspects of the Halo series, and one of the reasons I own 3 of the Halo books, because I just love the story, I love the lore, I love everything about Halo, I love the gameplay, but all of that comes into the fact of how much love I have for this series and how much I want it to succeed. But yeah, basically, with the UNSC on the run, it will be a scenario similarly to Reach, where nobody knows if humanity is going to prevail against the created, which obviously we will, because that's how the game works. We wouldn't have it so everybody dies. We're not going to pull a Halo Reach on the main characters who everybody loves. Also, basically, I need to explain this quickly about the lore. Cortana is in the domain. She's not like a physical thing. If John, or the Master Chief, severed the links to the domain, Cortana would no longer exist. She'd lose all her power. She wouldn't have control over the Warden Eternal. She wouldn't have control over the Guardians. And it would just be... the universe would go to shit, and then the Flood can come back, and it would just set up so good for the next... It would set up really well for the next Halo saga, which would just bring back the Flood. Because we'd have one saga without the Flood in it, and then we'll go back to having the Flood. We had the first one, which had the Flood, no Flood, Flood, which makes a lot of sense, really. Yeah, so with this, similar to Reach, humanity's on the run. It would be an amazing story component, and for the most emotional ending ever, when Chief finally has to destroy Cortana, and he says some like badass one-liner before he kills her or some shit. But in order for Chief to truly defeat her, as I've said, he must sever the links to the domain, which is where her consciousness is stored, so to speak. Yeah, so if this story arc does come to it, the firing of the Halo rings could be an interesting story too. Obviously there is a little hole in this because obviously firing the Halo rings kills everything, and Cortana still does have a soft spot for John or the Master Chief. And yeah, the only way around that would be sealing him in a Krypton, but I highly doubt that's the way that 343 are going to take it. But if it does come to the firing of the Halo rings, I don't think she'll actually do it. Spartan John will call her bluff and basically defeat her before they can be fired, and he will disable the Halo rings, similarly to Halo 3, and it will be like the whole series have just come full circle, which would be absolutely crazy. Obviously, I do believe that Chief will save the day by stopping the firing and sever the rings to the domain, and obviously that will be us saying goodbye to Cortana, probably forever. But obviously, there's hopes of a new AI, new companions for Master Chief to go along with him. And I am looking forward to the future of Halo. As long as 343 do not fuck this game up, I will be very happy. As long as the multiplayer is good, as long as the story is amazing, because I do love a good Halo story. Halo 5 was mediocre with its story, and then its multiplayer was fucking awful. The campaign was awful as well. Jesus Christ. But yeah, that's it for my points for today, guys. If you did enjoy, please do a like and subscribe. I did put a lot of effort into this video, doing research and all that. I started this video on Monday, Tuesday-ish, and now it is Friday. Jesus Christ, I don't get how I got those days confused. But yeah, I've had a lot of work put into this video. Hopefully you guys enjoy. My main channel will be down in the description. Hopefully we'll be making a lot more videos for this channel. I might be a permanent director at this time. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, I'd like to thank you guys very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.